So really, we just had the Mega Charizard X EX. Well, first of all, I think that's a stupid name. The Mega Charizard X EX from Phantasmal Flame sell for $16,000. Now, this is a sell that PSA can't touch, but I do see PSA people who are trying to control the market and manipulate it try to sell that card for more than this card because there's big implications whenever we're talking about price, and this is going to be the biggest thing that's going to threaten PSA's market, like viability in the market, and why tag could really threaten it. But let's go ahead and talk about it. So yeah, the Mega Charizard EX or the Mega Charizard X EX from Phantasmal Flames, you know, modern card from a new set that's not even a year old, from a small set, just set a record of $16,000 in a sale. Now, that's going to be huge and it's going to be very eye catching for the general public, especially since it's the same card. But why is this one having a big tax over it? We're talking about, a 5-digit tax over tens of thousands of dollars over a PSA card whenever PSA is supposed to be king, right? But I've talked about it before and I'm going to keep mentioning it. This is why, like, PSA bought Beckett, because they know the black label really threaten everything that PSA is, because it's subjective and they thrive of their inconsistencies when it comes with grading. But whenever it comes to like tag and their data, right? You might not be a fan of it because you might be getting burned whenever you grade with them. But there's more upsides whenever we're getting to the Pristine 10 level. Now, the Pristine 10 level, it is the absolute best that you can get in a card, right? It is the best. That's what it's supposed to stand for. It is the best. They are giving you a 10,000 point system, and you are only allowed to miss 10 points. And if you miss 11, you're out of that Pristine 10 category for every single card, which I love. Like, as a collector, why wouldn't you want to have the best of the best copy, right? But whenever you start digging deeper into this card, start looking at the data behind it, because we can do that because they have the transparency. Like, you guys need to start jumping on this. And this is where I get excited when it comes to tag. And this is why they'll start biting more into the market share. It's that this card has been graded 948 times through tag. The amount of times that's come back as a 10 is 503. So yes, this card has a pretty good gem rate. We're talking about a 53% gem rate that you can get this card through tag in a 10, right? That's not bad. So you have a 9, maybe really consider cracking it and send it to tag because there's more of an upcharge here, right? Or more of a reason. But 53% chance that you'll have a true 10, not a soft 10, not a subjective 10, because this 10 is data driven, so it is a true 10. So with the 53% gem rate, that's not bad. But whenever you start looking at the pristine level, there's only 3 of these cards. The one that sold for $16,000, that had a total combined points of 992. They're respectable, right? But guess what? That wasn't the first card. That's second place. So if the second place Pristine 10 sold for $16,000, guess what that means for the Pristine Tag 10 um, one card? Which the one card only hit a 994, right? So that is only still 2 points higher. So I wouldn't be surprised if the next week we see this card, not this one, but the Mega Charizard X EX Pristine 10 that has the points of 994 sell for more than $16,000. I wouldn't be surprised about it if, you know, here's the thing though. At 994, this is where tag is going to start changing the game for collectors. If you're the holder of that level 1 or that number 1 Pristine Tag 10, what do you do? Do you keep it and hoping that no one else cracks their cards and send them to tag for grading and they have a higher score than yours? Or do you try to capitalize in this momentum and sell it? Make your peace with it. Because at 994, you can be the number 1 for bragging rights, absolutely. But if you're going to be looking and chasing some money, making a money move, you could possibly sell it knowing that there's going to be a card out there in the future that's probably going to be better than yours, that might have a better chance than yours. And with modern cards, that's a decision that collectors and graders are really going to have to face, right? Because with modern cards, we're getting an abundance of sets. They're like, I know it's not hitting the shelves. I know a lot of people are like, they can't get anything retail price, everything is secondary, but that just shows you how much that even if this stuff is not hitting the shelves and there's such a high demand, but this is one of the times that Pokemon has been printed the most, to the point that we're going to get another printing factory. But I don't think, like, when it comes to the graded level, this is where I do see Tag overtaking PSA, because people, collectors, are going to realize that we're going to get an abundance of Pokemon cards. And if you're really going to be collecting Pokemon cards, and if you're going to go with a graded copy, why are you not going to go with the best copy available that is data proven, and go with someone that says, yeah, that's a 10 subjectively, like, right? But they're not telling you why it's coming back. This is where the transparency issue is always going to happen, right? So I'm not going to be surprised if that Pristine, the number one Pristine 10 for Tag, the Mega Charizard sells for more in the future. I wouldn't be surprised. I'm not going to be surprised. I don't even want to think about if we have a copy that is 999, or we do, for whatever reason, we do get the perfect copy of one of the most popular Pokemon ever, right? Because if more people start jumping into this, I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of people who had like multiple um, Team Rocket's Mewtwo's go with Tag, or even then, not even like cracking the ones that's already set in value, but going forward in the future, more people start grading with Tag rather than PSA, because there's more of an upcharge if you get that true 10 rather than that subjective soft 10, because that's where I see the market going, or like how Tag will start overtaking a little bit more. Like that, I feel like that's going to be the catalyst, right? And I think happening with the Mega Charizard X, probably it's gonna go down as one of the best cards that we got, or it might be the best card that we're gonna get in the Mega Evolution era. We're kind of seeing some crazy numbers for the Bubble Mew of Scarlet and Violet, which people would argue and say that that's the card of that era. It might not be the Umbreon, it might be the Bubble Mew, right? There's a good chance that the Mega Charizard X EX from Phantasmal Flames could be that card, right? Because if we're looking at the previous set, Mega Brave and Symphonia, like the Gardevoir, breathtaking card, fantastic looking card. The Mega Lucario, which I have, beautiful looking card, but I don't think they're going to beat the Mega Charizard X EX in popularity. We go down the later sets. Right now, we're like in Ascended Heroes, and like the best cards is like the Gengar. So the Gengar maybe could rival Charizard. And that's gonna be kind of like big in the future. Also, seeing what happens with the Mega Gengar versus a Mega Charizard. Like those are two very popular Pokemon. Um, and like even Pikachu, like the Forest Pikachu, like they're kind of like up there in art. And then we go perfect order, and the Mega Zygarde, you know, which is supposed to be the chase card of the set. It's okay, but it's not better than Mega Charizard XEX. It's not better than Mega Gengar. I don't think it's even better than any of the Pikachus. And same can be said about the Mega Greninja. I don't think the Mega Greninja is good art wise enough to carry the same tags of the Mega Charizard XCX, or the Mega Gengar or Pikachu for that matters. So right now we're seeing crazy numbers with one of the newest cards that we've had. So I'm like excited to see some other stuff like developing here, but like I think seeing this and how this story is kind of blowing up is going to be like a good indication of why Tag is going to start taking more of the market share. That's it, like, and I think that's good. I think that's going to become like the best form of collecting graded slabs, especially if something happens to PSA, because PSA could be like a couple scandals of collapsing, but I mean, it had to be huge scandals. Like I don't know. It's gonna be hard. Like PSA is such a huge brand in the collecting space. It's like they're messing up a lot, but they're still number one, right? And like I'm sorry, but like the fact that it's like I'm talking about Tag, comparing it to PSA. People don't really see CGC as a contender right now, and I wonder if they're what are they gonna do? What is gonna change to stay competitive? Cause don't get me wrong, like the numbers are good right now for them, but is that because there's an inflation in the hobby itself? So like in the trading card hobby, or is that like a correlation of like of the people's respect to them? It's like why like a lot of people grade with CGC, but like is it because it's massive grading and you could probably get some profit out of there? I don't know. It's an interesting time. It's an interesting time. Anyways, look, I decided from the three cards that I'm going to go ahead and send to grading, the Mega Zygarde EX, the one that I just trashed on, is going to be one of the cards I'm going to pick and send to Tag. Now, I do think it's a strong 10 candidate, but not a pristine 10. But we'll see, right? We're going to send that to grading. I still need your guys' help. Whether if you guys think I should send one of the probably going to be one of the harder cards to grade in the Mega Evolution era, and that's going to be the Bulbasaur's. But should I send one of the promo copies, box toppers, or just a regular copy so you guys can see how hard this card is going to be, how hard it's going to be to get a 10? Or should I go ahead and grade some of the more proven cards that are going to age well in this hobby? So they're like really long term holds. We're either talking the two promo cards from Shrouded Fable, the Kingdra and the Greninja EX, two beautiful cards. And then two are just Generation 1 Pokemon that you can't go bad with if you're looking for long term investment or holds. But we're talking about the Mew EX from 151 promo card, like the UPC, which has a 15% gem rate. And then the Eevee EGX that doesn't even have a 10 copy. I mean, I know mine is not going to be a 10. So, like, pick two. Let me know what I should send for grading. But aside from that, look, my last point I want to make: subscribe. Only 5% of my viewers are subscribers. 95% of you guys haven't even subscribed, but you guys keep enjoying my channel. And if you guys made it this far, what do you have to lose, man? We're just going to be talking Tag. We're going to be supporting Tag. We're going to trash on PSA. And we're just going to be talking cards. It could be a good time. What do you have to lose? If anything, I'm that guy that you want to listen to after a long day of work. You just want to go home and you just need some background noise while you're contemplating your life. That's what I want to be. So if you think I'm going to be the good fit for that, hey, like and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.